Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Steve Jackson's Sorcery. Now I find myself at the Temple of Khare or Forga, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I'm doing rather well, I really am. I've got 3 lines, and I do wonder if the blind beggar, Mulas, I wonder if that line I got from the Priest of Slang was also the blind beggar's line, right? I don't know. I've got no money, got no food. Oof. Gotta try and get at least one of those 2 things before the end of the adventure, but we shall see. Okay. You stand at the base of a towering ziggurat built from carved stone blocks, each the size of a hay bale. The temple rises higher than the city wall and is positioned to catch the first star of the evening, at its uppermost point. A moment which is just past. I will look for an opening. You tilt your head back, looking for an opening, and finally make one out. A small black dot about a third of the way up, but even that is quite some climb. For the less devoted worshippers, a small gargoyle by the steps has an open mouth ready to accept offerings. I'll look at the gargoyle. I have nothing to give. The gargoyle is carved in the shape of a small but spiky dog with long claws, sharp horns, and a pointy beard. Its mouth is wide open and its tongue lolls out with a coin-shaped slot at the back of its throat. Well, I have no coins, so up I go. You begin the climb, hauling yourself up the first step. Either this ziggurat was built for giants or ascending is an act of devotion. The next few steps are equally exhausting. You have to throw your pack up first and follow. I'm not going to give up. Keep going. I could cast a spell. Big? Is big available? Or big is available. Floating. Maybe. Does it allow for horizontal movement? Is it just levitation up and down? Big. I'm going to go big. F-A. Also cost me 1. But I think this is a test. I'm not sure if I should... Sun... Don't need that. Sus. I'm not sure danger is really... I mean, I could always how it, right? Zen. Hover in air, as opposed to fall. Or foul. Interesting. Hover and float. Well, I'm thinking Big's likely to do it, right? Pretty safely. But I use Big to get into the graveyard, and it feels like a yeah. You cast the spell, reducing your weight to that of a feather. The climb should now be effortless. Should. Okay, so it's just float, drift down. So it is a falling spell. Alright. You persevere. You climb quickly up the steps thanks to your spell, but as you climb higher, the going becomes easier. The temple's designers have built a clever optical illusion into the slope of the pyramid. Soon each step is only waist height. You reach a halfway point, almost as high as the city wall beyond, and pause to rest. You're halfway up. Friezes of gargoyles in polished metal rings the temple on this level, as in ring about the roses. You pause to take in the view. From this side of the ziggurat you can see nothing but the top of the wall, and beyond, the gleaming darkness of the marshes of the Baklands. The entrance I saw, I was coming up from the south, so... You walk around the side of the ziggurat to the south side and look back out across the city. Nearest to the ziggurat is the inky blackness of the graveyard and the wasteland behind it, but beyond that you see torches outside the walls of Vlada, ships' lanterns rocking... You see torches outside the halls of Vlada, ships' lanterns rocking on the river, and the bustling inns of the dockfront. The bells of the Shrine of Slang have just rang out, and the sound carries like a low moan. Walk around to the north face or move on. Well, making a complete circuit, you move around to the north face. You can see the path ahead running straight between wild and overgrown trees. It seems very few people come this way anymore. The north gate itself is now visible, however, and appears deserted. Then you notice a point of light. A torch has been lit between the trees. A watch, but I shouldn't... Uh-oh. You watch as the torches move between the trees towards the path. They are making slow progress, but they are moving towards the graveyard, and presumably from there, on into town. Oh, have I taken too long? Has the gate already been opened? Or are they going to get the... trying to get the Lord Shinva's line? The wind claws at you, trying to pull you to earth. I must climb higher. You continue the weary climb to the first level of the ziggurat. What, like the top, or... Okay. You climb for another 20 minutes up the steep stone steps until you are gasping and panting for breath once more, but finally you reach the dark opening that you saw from the base of the temple. The steps themselves continue up a little further still to the very peak of the temple, where I'll look in at this entrance. The opening is guarded by rock-sculptured images of unimaginable creatures. Beyond, you see a long dark hallway with something large and gleaming at the end. Should I go in here or climb for the top? Spell. Now would be a great time for a how. I think I should go for the top. I think I made a mistake. You keep climbing before your legs seize up from the climb all the way to the top of the ziggurat. Night has fallen. Stars spread across the sky in a peaceful repose that belies their true nature, warring spirits tussling for control of the world below. I'll look at the view. Okay, just checking. Go down is... Start and climb back down. Okay, good. Right, so... Come here, you. Come on. Come on. There we go. You look out across the city. In the far distance, you see torches in the woods towards the north gate. Looking back, you see the lights of Khare coming on and the shouts of revellers, drunks, and nighttime thieves. The view is quite wondrous, but your journey beckons. You start the long climb back down the ziggurat once more. And to this hallway I go. You are back by the opening in the temple, and I will absolutely utilize it. You step into the temple. The hollow space amplifies your footsteps, and they echo eerily for several moments. On the floor, in gilt inlay, is written the name of the god who inhabits this space. It seems that this is the ziggurat of Kurga, the gracious. Space and grace rhyme. I'll wait and listen. You wait for a few heartbeats to see if you've discovered anything. Nothing happens, and then you catch the tail of a gigantic snake slithering across the floor and disappearing into a crack in one wall. From the markings along its back, it looked highly poisonous. Well, I cannot turn aside, and oh dear goodness, that's the sort of thing that would make Conan shit his pants. A little bit, maybe, if he was wearing pants. Which he generally doesn't, so he wouldn't be scared at all, would he now? That loincloth's brown for a reason, you know what I'm saying? You enter the temple, but the snake still manages to catch you by surprise. I don't even get to use a spell? launching itself from a crack in the ceiling behind you. Oh, it's not that big, but it is poisonous. I can go higher. I can go raw. Yeah, stuff it. This is dumb. The temple snake snaps and hisses at the air between you. You swing out wildly, hoping to chop it in two as it shoots forward. The snake lashes out wildly in its agony, and I go all in again in the hope I deck the living shit out of it. Yes! The temple snake is retreating, but you give chase. Launching off your heels, you lunge for the beast's neck. With a weird scream that echoes around the cold stone, the snake dies, its head crashing to the floor. No stamina lost. Flawless fighting. But I have defiled the sanctity of the temple by spilling the blood of a sacred creature within it. I do not feel good. You wipe your sword clean and wait for the violent echoes of the fight to fade away. Then you go further in. The sight of the shrine takes your breath away. I wonder, if I'd come here earlier in the evening, might I have met a priest and talked to him for information about what to do here? I don't know. The walls are decorated with brightly coloured murals depicting scenes from the religious mythology of Khare. Fine ornaments in precious metals are set into alcoves around the pews, and rich woven tapestries cover every surface. A cunning trick of architecture catches the wind past the doorway and creates a constant ethereal humming, as though a crowd of monks sat in permanent meditation inside. Further on, further in. Of course, I'm immediately reminded of Fledge the Eagle from the last battle, the 6th published, but chronologically 7th. No, wait, no. Because it's the Magician's Nephew was published 6th, then the last battle 7th. Yes, so topping and tailing it at the end. Fledge the Eagle from the very end of the last battle. You know, further on and further up. At the end of the hallway, 4 large stone gargoyles of winged demons watch over the shrine from mounts high up in the eaves, guarding the altar on which a gigantic idol squats, Khare himself, the god of grace, and his brother Khare, the god of strength. I think I'm going to cast a howl here, don't you? And certainly avoid the circles, right? Right? They could send me down into the sewers. You walk up towards the altar across a richly patterned carpet. Something about it gives you pause. Its surface is decorated with wide symbols that seem too deliberate to be accidental. I'm casting a howl here, straight away. Or a sus. Look, I lost no stamina fighting the serpent. You cast the spell and a voice enters your head telling you there are 2 exits from the temple. One is the door behind you and the other is in the floor in front of you, but it does not stay long enough to tell you where exactly. I will avoid the circles. You walk up to the altar, stepping carefully around the circle in the carpet, and reach the altar steps without incident. Because I've learned about the circles. That is an ornate and highly detailed statue of Khare's grace. You kiss across and finish with the lips for a ashes to your for answers. That's an N, okay. Answers, yes, answers to your questions. You must not, or else me something pits. You stand before the idol, a fat statue with gems and curious pockmarked features. Above his head is a plaque that bears an inscription. I will absolutely read it. It reads, "On Khare's face you kiss across and finish with the lips For answers to your question you must err not, else he spits. Well, do I ask the question first or kiss first? On God's face, you kiss across and finish with the lips runs. I think I kiss first. You stand on tiptoes and lean in, preparing to kiss the statue. But where? Does the humming in the temple seem to be getting louder? Okay, let's see. On the face, so forehead, lips, left and right, we've got eyes, nose, left eye, right eye. So it's going to be like... I think I'll pray for guidance. I haven't done it this run yet. Aha! You try a prayer to the ape for guidance, but it seems in the temple of another god the ape cannot hear you. You are on your own. Okay. We'll go left eye. It's a total gamble. First, you place a kiss on the idol's left eye. You hear something flittering in the upper levels of the temple. So then we'll go right. Next, you kiss the right eye. Then we'll go for this forehead. Yes, forehead is a slightly archaic pronunciation of forehead. And then the lips. And then we find out how wrong I was. Finally, you lean low and kiss the idol's lips. As you straighten once more, you see the idol's eyes flick open. A soft voice issues from its mouth. "Stranger, you are not of my faith," whispers the god, "and yet you have completed my ritual. How can that be? I used my wits." The god laughs softly. "My brother Pashna is the god of thieves and tricksters, but you are in my temple today. I will answer 3 questions if you have questions to ask." Pashna, eh? You take a moment to think over everything you have learned and not learned about the North Gate spell. Tell me the spell for the gate. You command, hoping for the god's aid. "I cannot tell you the spell," Khare replies after a long and mysterious pause. "Only the nobles know, Mulas, Shinva, Fita, and Lorag. But know this as well. You must also know the order of the lines to successfully open the gate." Well, obviously... How can I find Lord Fita? You ask, bowing as you speak. The god murmurs to himself. Lord Fita is now blind and begging in a ruined part of the city, but know this, he does not want to be found. The god waits for your final question. What is he, Chris Tarrant? Is that your final question? No, he has to laugh in the middle of it, doesn't he? He has to go... Is that your final question? Yeah. What order should the spell lines be read? You ask, leaning low to whisper to the god. The god issues a low whistle. That is a very important thing to know. The lines were given out to the nobles in the reverse order. The first line was given to Lord Fita, the second to Lord Shinva, the third to Lorag the scholar, and the fourth to Lord Mulas. A great silence descends across the room, and then the god speaks once more. "Now," he intones, "I have a question for you. You have completed my ritual. Do you wish to enter my worship?" What sort of god are you? Khare seems to almost smile. "I am the god of grace," he replies. "There are few as generous as I. Now, this is going to affect me going forwards in the entire adventure. A divine patron is extremely rare and special, and something I doubt I'll be able to change later on. That being said, I've been stuck with the apes since mid-book 1, and while opportunities may present themselves, grace, skill, agility could come in useful in many situations. But should I not be a worshipper of Libra, I think it is? You know what? Yes. I wish it. Very good, Korga intones. There is a moment of quiet humming that rolls around the temple until it becomes almost too much to hear. Then, a moment later, you feel the god's presence inside you. My aid comes with no price, but there is a condition. You must act graciously enough to receive it. Aha! So, not to be a cheating, thieving scumbag, and I've got no gold or rations to go back to the beggar. Oh, that's going to be difficult. A great sense of well-being floods your body. You turn and head out the temple door. Right. I have obviously gained an incredibly important clue. The Order of the Lions. Yep. Lord Shimmer's is still dead. Yeah, how's that updated? Well, I suppose it's been confirmed. It's found blind and begging in the ruins of the fallen quarter of the city, which I have already passed. I suppose I had better depart from this temple now. Go with grace. You return to the opening in the temple and climb back down. The climb back down is easier going. Halfway down, you pause to rest. I will not look at the view, I'll just climb back down. You have seen enough. You climb quickly back down the steps and retrace your steps to the fork in the road, where I hope I don't get jumped by the people with the torches. The mud underfoot is stamped with footprints, and in between them the prints of many paws. Wolves? Dogs? Guard dogs? Many paws sounds like more than just a guard patrol, though. You walk between clawing trees and thick bushes. The north gate is finally in sight. You can see its imposing, ornately carved wooden doors over the top of the guard huts and low buildings that lie at the end of this road. Oh! If I had taken honey from the gnome, could I have given that to Lord Feeta as food? Oh no, it was beeswax, not honey. I will look at the guard huts. You pause to watch the guard huts. They seem quite still. One has a hole in its roof. Weed grows through the chimney of another. Are they abandoned? Well, it's not as if anyone can open the gate any time they want and walk through it. But between here and there is a long road lined with thick and gloomy trees, a patch of wild forest like you haven't seen since the hills. I will go cautiously. Oh, is this flanker? That would be telling. You make your way slowly forward, trying to ensure your feet do not crunch too loudly on the gravel. Something catches your eye. Movement in the shadows, on both sides of the road. Torchlight. I'm not going to call out, I'm going to stop and look. No, I haven't. That was... You stop, ducking into the shadows, and watch. Whatever is moving in the darkness, there are a lot of them. Then a gleam of moonlight catches one and you see it clearly. A wolf clad in tight metal armor. No, a werewolf. No matter, you have defeated werewolves before. Ready as... Wait. Now can I cast a spell? You hold your ground, waiting. The werewolf does not seem crazed or maniacal. There is no full moon to drive it wild. You are glad of your patience as further werewolves pad down from the shadows onto the path, forming an arc in front of you. I wait. Wait. You wait tensed and ready to run if necessary. Then you notice a man stepping from the tree line beyond. Who goes there? He demands. Friend or foe? Friend of whom? That answer alone may already be deemed foe, but... Then you are a foe. The man laughs softly. With a swift movement of his hands, he gestures to his dogs. They bound together, two catching your wrist in slavering jaws, holding them tightly but firmly. One flick of my finger, he says, and you'll never lift so much as a fork again. Now give me a straight answer. Are you with us or against you? I don't understand what you're asking. I would like to check my options here. This may be difficult, given the... Pop? No! If I create an explosion, one of the dogs with my wrist in its mouth might, instinctively tighten its grip. Severing a hand. So not gack. Yeah, I don't have the mask. That would be really good. Hot? No. D? Dim? Oh! Let's try that. You try to raise the spell, but with your hands gripped firmly by the werewolves, you cannot cast anything. The man is waiting for your answer. I don't understand what you're asking. You're a stranger to the city, perhaps, the man nods thoughtfully. You're a late recruit to our cause. Well, it isn't too late. The fee to join us is... He pauses a moment as he sizes up what you're worth. For you, 30 gold pieces. Well, I don't have that much. The man looks at you for a long moment, trying to decide if you're lying to him. Finally, he says, Then I'll take your money pouch. Take it, I've got no money in there. You nod, indicating the money pouch at your waist. The man takes it, tips it upside down, and shakes it. Nothing comes out. I see. I misread you, he remarks. You're just another beggar. Well dressed, perhaps, but no better than the rest of us. He throws back your empty money pouch, then gestures for the wolves to release you. Stay clear of the city tonight, beggar, he declares. And if anyone else asks, make sure your loyalties lie with Vic. With that, he whistles to his wolves and sweeps away into the night. You breathe a heavy sigh of relief. Vic is up to something, and it is not good. Werewolves trapped in their lupine form by magical plate armor are stalking the city at night. And I don't have the last spell line, but I don't even have a partial, do I? Do I have a partial? Do I? Do I? Ooh. Do I have half a spell line? I don't think I do from this run. God Korga. Yeah. And was it Patna? Something with a P, right? They obviously changed it from Furga for those of us who know the adventure of old. Sneaky, sneaky, uncle. No half a line then by the look of it. Studded collar, compass, push. I still can't sell the blooming gem-studded collar. You have reached the north gate. The ground before it is wide and clear and lit by blazing torches set into brackets either side of the enormous sealed doors. Should there be archers hiding in the shadows, they would have a clear sight on you. Off to one side is a well, but there is no other cover. You don't know all the spell lines, of course, but perhaps the gate will open to a dot spell after all. Or I could be really cunning, right? So, Theta, Shinva, Lorag, Mulas. So, Shinva, Lorag, Mulas. One lock made of a golem's hide. Tumblers two sealed deep inside. I bid you portals open wide. If it's multiple choice, I can guess. Stride over to the gate. Throwing caution to the wind, you stride out of the shadows and approach the gate. Time to see if you have learned enough on your travels through the city to unlock the gate. You reach the other side of the clearing unscathed and stand below the enormous doors. You knock firmly on the door. When there is no response, you call out, "I am here to open this gate." There is no response. You begin to wonder if you have been tricked, if there is no gate here at all, and this is simply an illusion painted across the solid stone wall. Suddenly, you are not alone. A phantom voice issues from the wood itself. "Halt, stranger!" it booms. "Do you know the spell which controls the gate? I'm going to pretend that I do." Oh, bugger! It's not multiple choice. I'm not allowed to guess options and try and get it wrong. Okay. One lock made of a golem's hide. Something is definitely moving in the corner of the clearing. Something coming for you with blades and claws and teeth. Yeah, okay, so knowing that I'm not allowed to do this, and that I do need it, I will rewind, right? Wait and watch. You wait in the shadows and watch. If the guards are patrolling, you should be able to learn their patterns, but strangely, there seem to be no guards here at all. Perhaps because the gate is locked, no one bothers to guard it anymore. So, over to the gate I go. Recite the spell. Do you know the spell? I do not. You reply honestly. The voice begins to laugh. "Then the gate denies you," replies the voice. From across the clearing you hear a scrabbling sound of metal moving on stone. You look around but see nothing. Look at the shadows by the wall. Look at the well. Look along the track. I'm going to go with shadows by the well rather than along the track. By the wall, rather. You gaze into the shadows by the wall, expecting from the sound to see guardsmen sneaking along and dragging the points of their swords across the stones behind you. But there is nothing there. Then you hear a cry and you whip around to see a face emerging from the well shaft in the corner of the clearing. It bears the leering, tooth-hooked smile of a goblin. The creature is climbing a rope with a grappling hook attached, which is hooked over the lip of the well. I don't want to go push him back down. Uh-oh. So this is like turning into an auto-kill if I'm not... I basically have to hide, right? You stand your ground, one hand on your sword, your mind searching the stars to prepare some magic. Then you see that behind this goblin is another goblin, and behind that is another. And while you can defeat one goblin without the slightest difficulty, even 2 or 3, the clearing is filling up fast. There are more goblins than you could count, and they're all running towards you. I'm going to dash into the shadows. There is no way you can fight 100 goblins, so you dash aside into the shadows, and hope they weren't actually coming for me. The goblins pour up to the gate. Are they going to try and ram it? But then they stop, and in their midst a small figure is being propelled forwards. You cannot clear... See, this is what I don't like. This is the... You You cannot clearly see him, but he is wearing a dull metal circlet on his brow, which he clutches as though it was keeping him safe. Their king, perhaps? But since when have goblins had a king? He is surrounded by a guard of nearly 20 goblins, as though he was indeed precious. Can I, cast a spell? Whoever this goblin king is, he needs to be stopped. Right. Hot or pop? Woo! Yob, this would be perfect if I hadn't used it earlier against the Manticore in Book 1. Zip? Zip? I can see how that would be useful. Yeah, I could pop a rock. That seems to be the obvious choice, and hot. I'll go pop. It's free. One might not be enough, but I'll try. You cast the spell, enchanting a pebble which you hurl with careful aim at the figure by the gate. One moment he is there, the next he has erupted into a flash of fire and smoke. The goblins roar with anger. It seems their king was their only way to open the gate. They are beginning to try and form a ladder of their own bodies, but the wall is high and they are clumsy creatures. I could cast a Oh! 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 Can I make them even more clumsy? Go on, 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 go on. Yeah, no. Look, I have no coins. Jig! Jig! Oh, oh yes! Oh yes! I'm liking that. Hot how? I'm going to go jig. I am. I haven't had to cast this spell in a little while. If only I'd been able to cast that earlier when they had a king. You cast a spell and begin to play the pipe. Nearby goblins are arrested by the sound, and against their will they begin to dance around each other, waving their arms and swords in the air. Unfortunately, the spell does not capture the whole goblin army. The other goblins turn to look at their jigging fellows and see you. There is no time for more magic. Flippin' leg it. You cannot keep this up. Wave after wave of goblins is filling the yard. You cannot hope to kill them all with just your sword. You turn and race away into the shadows. Then a voice rings out. Stop! There is a better way! Who could that have been? Is it the king again? You look around but can see no one. But all around you something is happening. It is as though the goblins have slowed down, their warmongering becoming an absurd, stately dance. The noise in the clearing dulls to a low rumble. I command you to stop! The voice cries, and suddenly you feel yourself held rigid. From the smoke of the torches by the gate a figure emerges. It is an old man with a long beard and deep black irised eyes. He paces through the churning goblin army to stand in the open. His legs disappear into a spectral trail. He is at least part wraith. Step forward, he commands, and you find yourself bidden. This ain't gonna be good. The goblins seem to part around you like smoke as you approach the figure. I have aligned 3 stars. Is it Zen? The ghostly man declares. Vic rises tonight. The goblins show their hand tonight, but also you. You are here tonight. Suddenly you recognize his face. It is Lorag, the scholar, the dead one who's retired from being a noble. We meet again, he says. It has not been long for you. For me it has been centuries upon centuries. I have founded a city, and now I intend to save it. And he was studying the Zen spell. Wait, was he like time traveling forward in time with the Zen spell to meet me, to learn how to use it, to go back in time to then... That doesn't quite make sense. Unless... Oh! Oh! So, after my conversation with him, perhaps he cast the Z spell to go back in time and found the city. Then he died of old age, and now he's come back as a wraith to... Yeah! How is this possible? You demand. I met you, or a man that looked like you, in a house mere hours ago. I saw Khare was falling. Sansus had lost his mind and sided with the goblins. The council was in ruins. My own life was threatened. I saw that Khare needed to be saved, so I went back to remake it in a way that could be saved. And here we are now. You have been here 2 days. I have been here hundreds of years waiting for you to bring me the spell for the gate. Don't you know the spell? I created it, Lorag replies. Long ago it has been passed down since then, changed, lost to me, split into 4 lines. I knew it would happen, since I was given one of those lines myself, so I prepared someone to find it again for me. For this night, I prepared you. Explain. What are the spell lines for? You reply, head in a whirl. I thought they unlocked the gate. The spell does not open the gate. His tone is heavy and dark like tarred timber. The spell controls it, and there are deep magics burned into the wood itself. Magics that have poisoned this city and burnt fire into the eyeballs of those who live nearby. As in, the city is full of crime, and the pain of greed and envy is in all those who look upon it from the surrounding Shamutanti Hills, the Baklands, areas like that. He stares at you, his coal black eyes expressing no emotion. Deep magics I placed there to be used by you tonight. I am dead. You must act for me. That's deep magics again. That's reminding me of Aslan and the stone table. How can I find the spell lines? I've got 3 of them. How can I find this magic, you ask? I tried to find them, but they were too well hidden. The wizard nods. The lines are known to 4 nobles. Lord Fetor is blind and living in the wastelands of Upper Khare. Then I will go back. You tell him, I will try to save your city. Know this, Lorag replies. To go back will weaken you. A body is only made to hold 1 soul. He waits for that information to sink in. If you will allow me, he says, I will bend time itself so that you may return to the city and find the spell for the gate. So, shall you take the adventure, or will you leave Khare to burn? Understand, he adds darkly, I will curse you in the journey to follow if you do not assist me. You hesitate. Khare is a city of traps, but also of secrets, and there is still more that you might find. Can you afford to let the city port burn? I have no food or money! I will help you, you thank him. The wizard nods. I thank you. I still have no food or money. Okay, only 1 point of stamina from... Yeah, that's not so bad. He raises his arm and begins the spell. The raging goblins stand like statues. You feel yourself lifting up from your body as though you have been snatched away by birdmen. Khare dwindles beneath you and you feel your body growing weaker. Oh, hello. So many options. Could I go somewhere where I could get money first? Ooh. Is it 1 each time? The western slums... Where can I... The well... through the sewers. Then I get a partial line. And oh, no, that's not going to work, is it? I need food or money. Where can I get those? Question is, will it reset food, money, and other things? Is it actually is it like a massive rewind, or is it I want to go here. I need to go here, but I need food and money, neither of which I have. If I go to here, okay, let's live really dangerously, right? This is stupid. Has anyone guessed what I'm going to do? Has anyone guessed what I have planned? Because I'll tell you in a moment. You are being wrenched in directions you did not know existed. The pain is unbearable, and just when you think you will go mad from it, the forces tear you apart. You struggle to grab onto your bare belongings and your very self as you tumble down from the clouds, and then you awake. Your eyes open once more. Your surroundings have changed. The sun is rising on the streets of Upper Khare. A few creatures roam this way and that, unaware that they have walked these streets in just this fashion once before. In one corner a spring bubbles with fresh water. I will drink from the fountain. I will move on. I will head down towards the moneylenders. Try and meet the Spin Woman. Come down here. Grab coins. Fight statue. Learn from her about its weakness. Have coins. Go down here. Feed beggar. This is a terrible plan and it's probably doomed to fail, but I'm going to try. You turn right, heading away from the city wall. A sign points towards Fireview Square. You pass large houses that have the aspect of official places of business. One is marked with the clawed fist of a moneylender. An elven woman is just leaving. She looks quite worn out already this early in the morning, so I talk to her. You seem quite distraught. Moneylenders didn't give her enough money. I am new to Khare. Need a guide? That would be useful. Need to... I'm heading for the north gate. Because that should take me... Follow her. Ignore him. Because he could be a red eye. Fireview Square, where we will look at the creatures, look through the arch. Nope, leave the square, I have no money. Lady, are you coming with me or what? Look at the statue. It's got money. Look down a short street. The statue has money. Make a move. Statue. Money. Yes. 20 gold pieces. 20? Look up at the statue. Take the gold. Creaking noise makes you freeze. Look, why is the Spin Woman not with me anymore? Why is she not? Leap left. Okay. Right arm. Left. Yeah, that is... Okay, okay. I thought it was coming straight towards me, not beside me. Okay. Cast a spell. How? How would make sense, right? Nope, no how. Law. Non-intelligent creatures. Oh! Interesting. I don't... mud. Make it quicksand. I have the sand. Or just have it sink into the ground? 6. It's only 1 stamina. You cast a spell, splitting yourself into 6 copies. The statue can no longer knows which to strike for, so it begins to swipe in a direction that will hit all 6. Your clones are knocked about like skittles, and if it were not for the fixed expression on the statue's face, you would be sure it was enjoying itself. Well then, I'll fight it. Pick a spot. Right thigh. Right leg. I mean, traditionally it would be the ankle, right? No. Try somewhere else. Left leg. There we go. Great. And I've got lots of money. One new clue was that I can... thing. Marketplace. I'm going to go buy some food. So. Yep. Weapons, useful gear, magic items, provisions. Abso-flippin-lutely. About 4 days worth. 6 meals worth for 15 gold pieces. Flippin' heck. I wonder is it wrap package. Well, that's a lot. 3 meals. Hang on. So is that just... Okay, yeah, that is a discount. So if I go 9, 12... I'll just go 9. And stop. Useful gear. You never know, right? Tinderbox, antidote. No, I've got a spell for that. I've got Doc. Buy nothing. Magic items. The well is really tempting, but I have Lord Theta to meet. A sun jewel. I have one. Alright. The well is nice, but I don't think I can go back. So. Whoop. Is this episode running a bit long? Yes, quite possibly. I think I should get back to the, you know... should probably take that money to the gambling halls of Vlada and learn to be a better liar's dice player. Look at the alleyways, leave the square, just leave the square. This way. And you know what? I'm going to help the man reconcile with his loved one. Help him. Let me try, you declare. The man turns around, almost jumping with surprise, but quickly smiles. Hey, God of Grace. Thank you, stranger. Much appreciated, I'm sure. He hands the grapple over to you and indicates the window he is after. What's in there? Run off with a rope and grappling hook. What's in there, you ask, as casually as possible, while swinging the hook around your head. It's my house, the man sighs. I've locked myself out. Well... You toss the hook up to the window and it catches. Excellent, the man exclaims. Thank you. He takes the rope, tugs twice, and begins to climb. At the window ledge, he pauses and calls to someone inside. Esme? Esme, just put the knife down, Esme! With that, he clambers over the windowsill and into the house. Okay, so she wasn't going to cut the rope and leave him to fall down. I'll wait and watch for a moment. Maybe he'll pull the rope up. You wait a while, expecting something to happen. Sure enough, after a minute or so, the man appears again, falling backwards out of the window frame. He lands painfully just next to where you're standing. He picks himself up and shakes himself down. Never marry an elven, he mutters to you. Nice eyes, but unforgiving. He hobbles away as whoever lives in the house pulls up the grapple and line and slams the shutters. Maybe I should have taken it after all. Back down this way. Look at the house. He's coming. Dop it. Get that dopey door open. D-O-P. Get inside. Because while the creature is not yet said unclean, it's pretty obvious. Oh, is this Lord Lorag's mansion? It is. I know. Lord Shimmer is not at home. Please leave. I will do exactly that. He's dead. Yes. I need to... No. I'm not going to explore the house. Returning. If flipping kill me. Right. I'm going to go. Gonna go. Safely gone. Follow the road. Down to the... I mean, long episode or short? No. Tall, crooked steeple. Look at it. Yeah, fine. Down here. Woo. Here we go. And it actually did follow my crooked path as well. Follow the road. Look at the house. Look at the mill. Don't go through the mill wheel and fall down in the sewers. Stop and eat something. A good idea. You perch on the collapsed chimney stack and eat a quantity of your provisions. The dark shapes in the distance wheel and turn about and around the steeple of some tall building, perhaps once a church. Some kind of bird? It is hard to be sure. Once you are finished, it is time to continue. You make your way down the far side of the building and back onto the path beyond, which soon forks. Question. Do I must still have Lord Shinva's line? Yes, I do. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to blatantly go this way. And I'm going to meet Lord Fita and wake him up. Look at him. Could this be Fita, the blind beggar that you have... Yes, it blatantly could. I'm going to wake him up. Introduce myself. You are Fita, noble of Khare. Perhaps I should have given him something first. Are you not? The man looks absolutely terrified by the accusation. He begins to curl up around himself and scream. It seems quite a strong reaction. Then you see he is not looking at you, but past you. Look up. Harpies. You turn your attention skywards to see the two dark shapes are hurtling downwards, beating wide, leathery wings. They are the creatures you saw flying around the temple. God-cursed harpies, he declares bitterly. Oh, okay, let's do it again. God-cursed harpies, he declares bitterly. They come for me every time. Every coin I get, every apple, every stinking crust of bread, they come and they take it away from me. What did I do to deserve such torment? Well, apparently you read too much Greek mythology. I'm thinking of a particular... It is the Odyssey and not the Iliad, isn't it, with the harpies that come and... Anyway, absolutely protect him. Maybe even cast a spell. There's the picture we all know and love. You ease the man aside and stare up into the sky, and there's the big floppy hat from the description. I'd forgotten the hat from the picture. Nice to know they incorporated that into the writing. The harpies are screaming towards him, ugly dark-skinned creatures with sharp talons on their arms and legs, coming to tear out what's left of his eyes. Well, hey, look, I just got 2 stamina back from eating, so I'm going to cast a spell. Zap would probably be a good choice. Lightning bolt, direct. If only. Oh, a goblin, not a giant's tooth. Goblin, not sure that's going to help so much. Hot. Fireball makes sense, right? Blast a harpy. Dim. That will make him stupid? Yeah, it does. Okay. But they'd probably still be very aggressive and attack. Wok, great choice. Should probably keep a few coins back for that. Yob. Would be great if I still had the giant's tooth. Mud. They're flying. They're literally flying. What's quicksand going to do to them? Not much. To me and the beggar, quite nasty. So, hot it up. You cast the spell, winding a fireball in your palm. The beggar stumbles backward, overawed by your power. He's blind and the heat of your flame, which obviously he can feel. Then you toss it upwards at the harpy. Does it hit? The fireball connects. The creature wheels and flaps in the sky, trying to put out the burning in its wing. Then it turns about, screaming downward for your blood. Well, look, mate, there's a second one to fight, and hopefully it won't loop into the same... If it does loop into the same fight, that would be really interesting. The harpy's clawed wings raise a cloud of dust from the ground, blinding you as it swoops in close. You swing wildly, hoping to chop the creature from the sky. The harpy hits the ground. It is a huge creature as big as a bear, but the savage light in its eyes has gone dark. The beggar darts forward to jab it with his stick, but there is no time for celebrations. The second creature is already searing down from the sky. Not soaring down, but searing down, which is of course to do with heat. And not burned. I'm going to go about there. Go for a frost. No, stick with a cut. About a 5.2. Oh, okay then. Ow. Oh, that was bad. The second harpy swoops... I should have just gone for walk, shouldn't I? And then fought the two harpies. Yeah. Should have really done that. Swoops low, screaming out for blood. You jab upwards, but the harpy is coming at you with terrific force, and its claws tear chunks from your side. The beggar hears you cry out and covers his ears with his hands. Well, look, I'm going to just defend and take a point. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have probably just attacked. Right, you. Have it. Wait. Keep a bit... Yeah, that. 1 point? He wasn't defending. Pause. Okay, this is just bad. Bad. Okay, I'm keeping him low. He's not getting his energy back. Yeah, now he is. Okay, yeah, look, this is a rematch. This is not a good fight. I've done really badly here. I can do much better. I'm not sure how, but there we go. Kill me, please. Okay, don't kill me. Right, we'll just defend. And be deaded. And try again, because that was rubbish. This is the second harpy. No walk spell. So, I'm going to defend, because whatever it does, unless it defends, it'll burn up some energy. And it came in really hard. It was coming streaking down out of the sky. Full impact. The second harpy swoops low, screaming out for blood. You drop behind a ruined pillar. The harpy collides into your defense with full force. "Don't let him get you!" cries the beggar unhelpfully. Oh man, the memories. They're dogs, don't let them bite you. Yeah, that, maybe explain that one another time. That was a hilarious role-playing convention session. And I can do it now. There was a man who played a bard who specialised in knowledge skills, and he would determine how enemies could be a threat to the party and then warn us, which would give us benefits in combat. So he'd yell things like skeletons attacking with swords, and you go, "They've got swords, don't let them cut you," or "They've got whips, don't let them whip you," and so on, right? And then it just came to some dogs, and he went, "They've got mouths, don't let them bite you," and everybody laughed. Right, so he's used a lot of energy. He shouldn't have much more, so if I just go for like a side swipe. Okay, no, he's full of energy. All right, yeah, 1 point. Okay, wow, there's something really bad about this harpy that I do not like. Okay, go all in again. It's going to have more. No, I got it. Okay. So if I keep it up, no, go full on defense, get some energy back. I would have got a hit in. Wonk him. Risky. Yeah, okay. I'm getting the rhythm now. So the way the harpy fights is it regenerates energy very quickly, right? And swooshes up. So all right. Defend. But it does go very all or nothing. And it seems to take only 1 damage whenever it gets hit, so I don't need to go too high. I just need to go high. It's like 5.1. Yes. Good. He's going to be low on energy for a turn or two, so I go all in. Then I defend. Right? Yes. Then I'm going... Woof. About there. Okay, that was a mistake. That was wrong. Okay. Damn, this is hard. Okay, well, you get your hit in, mate, and then you are getting very, very badly hurt. So about a 4.7. Oh! Ho, ho, ho! And then all in for the kill. Yes. Rough going. Yeah, you know what? I will try that again, because this is hard. Right, so I'm going to defend. Right. Go for like here. Yeah, okay. He'll either go really low or like a... Yeah, if I go... there. Oh, he defended there. Okay. Oh! Oh! It has a... Okay. Yeah. A little out of reach. So maybe defensive. But he attacked. Alright. No. Defend. Glad I did. So this is a high damage fight, whatever happens, right? And I go, can I kill you? No, I can't. Okay. Right. So there's got to be some obvious clues. All right. Yes, please do it. Defend. No spells. Maybe I go all out and beat him on this initial one, right? I can't. Okay. Back. Rewind. Oh, hell. All the way? No. Fine then. No. Okay. Kill me. Or take a hit, you know. So to get this over with quickly, I need to not defend. All right. So I definitely need to get a better... How does he know? Is used to the sound the harpy makes, like the screeches and cries it makes when it's flying in a particular pattern or something? Look, mate, just do it. There we go. Right, good. So I'll take the initial defense. Then I'm going to go for like just over a 5.455. Oh, bugger, he defended. Okay, that was really bad. 6.3, I can do that. Yes. He attacked. It's a point. I defend a second time. And I'm so glad that I did. Then I need to do 3 more. So if I go for like a 5.1, is that enough? 4.1. Oh, I'm lucky. Okay. So he's building up to a big attack again. Hangs in the air a short way back, claws grasping. That sounds like a low-powered attack from my experience. So if I go all in... Yes, it was. I could defend and get hit for 1. Wait. Down beady eyes, razor. Whoa, defend. Uh-oh. Little distance satisfaction. Raw! Ugh! Decent dueling. I will absolutely take it. The beggar creeps out from his hiding place and thanks you 2 or 3 times over. Lord Feta, I'd like to talk to you. He sighs. Oh, that's my name. I don't deny it, he replies. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you happily. Ever since the blindness struck me down, I've been tormented by those demons, and now they are dead. You've saved me, or as much as I can be saved. Here, have some of my food! It's gracious, it's... Oh! Oh, the gorilla! Not Korga? Oh! So, it's going back in time to before then. I still have the clue, right? The order of the spell lines? Yes, I do. So do I want to go and rededicate? Huh, interesting thought. You could dig into your pack and pull out some of bread and cheese, which you offer to him. He accepts it greedily, gobbling so fast that you think he'll make himself sick. Once he finishes, he inhales deeply. I feel almost human again, he remarks. Today has been a lucky day, friend. Let me reward you. There's only one thing he has left. Nope, two things. You wait with interest. Here is my story, he begins. I used to collect tax in this city, but I didn't account truthfully. That's why those harpies haunt me, as revenge for everything I ever took for myself. I give the most valuable piece of it now to you. With that, he holds out a ring of silver, fashioned in the shape of a serpent that coils twice around your finger. This is a talisman to protect you from serpents. In Book 3, that could be invaluable. Please take it. It'll be useful to you. I know it. I hope it's not a trap. You take the ring, placing it onto one finger, and thank him. You can't help wondering if you will ever learn if this is truly a powerful item, or just a trinket. He smiles contentedly. Perhaps, he says, I feel a little better now. The beggar shivers against the sudden breath of cold. The afternoon is waning. Evening is approaching already. Days are growing shorter, Theta remarks. It's like that here near the Baklands. What happened to your eyes? You take a moment to show some sympathy. What happened to your eyes? A black eye curse, and I know who cursed me. It was Sansus. Once he was a good ruler, fair and honest. He ruled Khare like a kind father looking after a cherished daughter. Nothing was too much effort, but he began to fear his other counselors. He thought we were plotting against him, ready to overthrow him. And were you? The beggar laughs sadly. Mulas was. As soon as Sansus gave Mulas one of the spell lines, he wanted them all. He wanted them for himself, so he could hold the city to ransom. Mulas used to be a blackmailer, Theta sighs, but I was loyal, and Sansus repaid me like this. He begins to weep once more. Tell me your spell line for the gate. Please. Happily, he says. I will be glad to be rid of it. It was... Oh, no, my memory is not as good as it was. Let me see. It was... He racks his brains, thinking for all he is worth. I'll wait. You wait patiently for him to remember. I got it, he exclaims. It's by Korga's grace and something's pride. Oh, but I can't remember what that something was. All right, I think we know. You thank the beggar once more for his help, incomplete as it was. Then you look to the track ahead and take your leave of him. You follow a path around the edge of the wasteland, so I'll have to go back to the temple anyway. I'm going to cut it here. All right. And I'll pick up back at the temple. No, we've seen that. I'll just pick up back by the gate. So, see you all soon. And we're back. So, I'm in the temple. I've kissed the statue of Forga all 4 times in the correct places. Nothing rude or naughty, I assure you. I've used my wits. The god laughs softly. My brother Pashna is the god of thieves and tricksters, but you are in my temple today. I will answer 3 questions, if you have questions to ask. You take a moment to think over everything you have learned and not learned about the Northgate spell. You remember Theta and his poorly remembered spell line. By Korga's grace and something's pride. You remember when you realized you needed to learn the order of the lines. Who is the god of pride, you ask. You listen closely as the idol replies to your question. The god of pride is my own brother, so yes, Forga. Or in this case, Pashna. Perhaps he goes by another name nowadays. His name is Forga, but he has fallen from favour without our pantheon of deities, and has not been worshipped by the people of Khare for close to a century. You straighten up pleased. You now have the complete version of Lord Theta's line of the gate spell. Remember, spell lines are listed in the key section of your inventory. I already have the order, right? Surely. Yes, I have the order. So, utility. How can I avoid the guards at the north gate? You ask the god in hushed tones. How can I avoid the guards at the north gate? The god laughs simply. There are no guards at the north gate. It has been sealed by a spell for many years. The god waits for your final question. What will my fate hold in the Baklands? The Baklands is a place of emptiness and desolation, but one that will be very dangerous to you. 7 enemies await you there. A great silence descends across. So he then asks if I want to worship him. God of grace. I can go with that. Sure. And with that, I'm off out of here. I didn't go up to the top of the temple. I didn't spend too long looking around. Maybe the wolves won't be ready to get me yet. Okay? Nope. Keep going. Gotta try rush this one a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Oi! And I did get to eat, which is why I'm only somewhat dead. Stride forwards. No time. Try to run? No. Wait. So time didn't matter as much here, although it might matter for the goblins. Friend. The man does not respond. It is clear he is waiting for something, but for what? Yeah, I know, Vic. The man raises an eyebrow. I hear he's a dangerous man, he says slowly, watching your expression as he speaks. Well, that's true. The man nods. Vic is anything but honourable. A pulsing vein at the man's temple gives away his fear. Perhaps he has never killed before, but with the slight movement of his hands he gestures to his dogs. They bound forward, 2 catching your wrists in slavering jaws. Wait. So that was a wrong answer. I am with you. Then tell me the passphrase. I don't know the passphrase. Okay. Let's wiggle that a little, right? Wiggle it just a little bit. Anyone remember that song? Don't remember the rest of it. Right, so, look at the guard hut. So if they're going to be this, I'll just take it all in. Right? Friend. So, I know Vic. If I say, but honourable. If he were here, that might mean something. Okay, so that goes the same way either way. So, how did I... Oh, okay. Yeah, he's just after the money. And this time I've got money. Oh, okay. So if I just stride forwards, try to run for it. Wolves in the trees are behind. Okay, you break instantly into a run, pelting down the path as fast as you can. Something behind begins to chase you in the dark, but you hear another voice calling it back. After a few more strides, you fall back to the walk. The north gate is in sight once more, and the wolves are in the trees behind you. Are they following me? If they are, could I, like, put up the force field just to give me time to get through the gate? That would be great. You have reached the north gate once more. The ground is empty still. The goblins have not yet risen. Off to one side is a well, but there is no other gate cover. Wasting no time, you stride over to the gate. Well, I'll waste a little time, if I may. So, Theta, Shinva, Lorag Mulas. By Kurga's grace and Forga's pride. One lock made of a golem's hide. 2 tumblers sealed it. So, Lorag and Shinva. Shinva Lorag. Okay. Okay. 1 lock before 2 tumblers. Okay. You reach the other side of the clearing unscathed and stand below the enormous doors. I will recite the spell. You knock firmly on the door until you wake the voice within. Do you know the spell to open the gate? It intones. You try to remember what you were told about the Order of the Lions. By Kurga's grace and Forga's pride. 1 lock made of golem's hide. 2 tumblers sealed deep inside. I bid you portals open wide. You stand back to see what effect your lines have had. The voice has gone silent. You wait impatiently to see what will happen. Then the gate creaks. The tumblers drop and the wood panels begin to move. The door is opening. Booming out, the voice declares, the gate is under control. But it is moving slowly. Looking over your shoulder, you see an army of goblins emerging from a well shaft, and they are racing towards you. Can I force spell, slip through the gate, spell it? You rush through the gate into the Baklands, and can I close the gate? I'll close the gate. In the darkness around you, figures are moving, pouring towards the city, the gate into the city. Into the city. Inside, you see the goblins still coming. I'm going to close the gate. Gate, you command desperately, close! The gate obeys immediately, swinging shut like a trap. From the hills around, red-faced marsh goblins are springing up and pouring towards the sealed gate like flies onto a fallen ox. They begin to scramble on top of one another, trying to bridge the wall with their own bodies. I have spells, right? The goblins must be destroyed. As though on command, a ghostly figure forms in the air before you. It is Lorag. You control the gate, the figure whispers. Use it. Because the gate is a big golem and it can animate and smash things to bits. I don't know how. You do it. I'll try. It is hopeless. How can you use a magic you do not know? You close your eyes, feeling your anger and frustration rising. The hated goblins, this meddling spectre, a long and difficult road behind the one still to come, all seem to bite into your very soul with wolf-like teeth. There is suddenly a terrible sound and a smell of burning. I'll open my eyes. You open your eyes. There is not a goblin in sight. Just blackened grass around the gate and black soot in piles on top of the wall. The ghost nods slowly to you. All the hatred of the whole city of thieves and liars and murderers stored for centuries. A little leaked out into the red eyes. The rest was waiting for this, for one strong of heart enough to use it. He gestures to the path ahead. Go, be safe. The road is long. You nod and turn to go. Outside car. Now, Interestingly, because the developers made Book 2 a separate game, I'm not sure how best to handle this. I don't know if it'll automatically launch the next one, because I know Steam can, if you go like to join another person's multiplayer game, it can connect you to it. Let's go find out. From a short distance away, you look back to see the plain outside the gate is quite empty. Not a single marsh goblin remains, not a single short sword or hooked pick. It is like they have been wiped from the surface of the earth, and inside Khare something similar must have occurred, as there was the sound of clashing swords. As where there was the sound of clashing swords, there is now only silence, and hopefully it was only goblins who were killed, or mostly only goblins. You have saved Khare. A foul city perhaps, but not one whose denizens deserve to die by a goblin's sword, but it has been at the cost to your own strength. You turn your back. Your own road lies ahead, through the plains of Barubak and on towards Mampang. The Baklands await. You remember the words of the Sightmaster Sergeant as you left the outpost settlement. Once you have crossed the Cityport of Traps, you will enter the Baklands. They say that day and night are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from Khare too your progress will be watched. To Barubak. Ooh, here we go. Your journey across Khare is complete. In the course of your journey, you wiped out the debt of Flanker the Assassin, saved the Cityport of Khare from destruction, and your spirit guide was replaced by Korga, the god of grace. You played 7 games of Swindlestones, winning 3 and losing 4. You learned the truth about what the crown does. You collected an impressive number of magical artifacts, a lump of beeswax, a cloth skullcap, a pouch of sand, nose plugs, 3 pebbles, 2 blimbery potions, which I'll probably be using soon, 3 goblin's teeth, a green-haired wig, 1 sun jewel, and a bamboo pipe, and no partridge in a pear tree, and I got the bamboo pipe outside town before I came here. Also, you found a bottle of bark essence and a serpent ring. This is literally, I imagine, what is going in to create the save file name. You are still armed only with your original sword and have no rations and 9 gold pieces and a spellbook. Well then, what happens next? The adventure continues in Sorcery, Book 3, The 7 Serpents. Out now! Absolutely! Give me a save name! Buteme, B-U-T-E-M-E. Delightful. Well, while the continue button will doubtless take me back to the main screen. The main screen. Ah! I'm just going to save this one here and write down that spell name so that I can get started on Book 3 in a bit. In the meantime, I've finally made it through Khare, the Cityport of Traps. I trust you've all enjoyed my adventure so far, and I invite you all to join me again in a few more days' time when I begin the 7 Serpents. Also, I'll try and get a few other games out in that time. Right, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate your views and comments and clicks on the like button and everything. Let's continue this adventure together in the next book. Bye-bye for now, everyone.